Hello, and welcome to Top Wise. Today, we'll talk about 17 psychological tips that will instantly help you read anyone's mind. Logic can only explain so much, but anyone who has studied nonverbal communication knows that our bodies can tell us much more important information than words can. Body language can hide how someone really feels, and other movements of the body can show who someone really is. You can't always figure out who someone is just by what they say. Can you understand what people say? What do they really want to say? No matter what people tell you, you don't have to be an expert interrogator to figure out what's going on in someone else's head. The signs are always clear. All you have to do is know what to look for and keep an open mind. Make sure you don't let how you felt in the past affect how you feel now. If you are too quick to judge people, you won't be able to figure out what they are thinking or how they will act in a given situation. If you can figure out how someone else is feeling, you can change your message and the way you talk to them to make sure the message gets through. Here are 17 psychological ways to figure out what someone is thinking. Number 1. Smile. One's eyes cannot be deceived in the same way that a smile may be fabricated. Wrinkles appear on the skin around the eyes of those who smile sincerely. A person's ability to smile may often disguise what they are truly thinking and feeling. When you are unsure about a person's sincerity, one trick to use is to search for crinkles in the corners of their eyes. They could be faking it when they grin at you when you can't see them. Number 2. Eyebrows. Peek at a person's eyebrows to gauge how at ease they are with themselves. The expression raising one's eyebrows might be caused by one of 3 primary feelings: surprise, concern, or terror. When you're having a calm and informal chat with a buddy, try lifting your eyebrows for more interest. Isn't it challenging to carry out? When someone who is conversing with you raises one or both eyebrows, even though the subject being discussed is not one that would normally provoke surprise, anxiety, or dread, it is an indication that they are experiencing a great deal of discomfort. Number 3. Eye contact. People are fond of saying that the eyes are the gateway to the person's inner self. Consideration of the surrounding circumstances is essential for deciphering the nature of the eye contact that a person is attempting to establish with you. For instance, if a person physically can't keep their eyes off of you, it may be a sign that there is a love attraction between the two of you. On the other side, if you look someone in the eye and they can't bring themselves to look back at you, it's an indication that they are either anxious or they are trying to conceal something from you. Having said that, if you are having a conversation with someone whose gaze is making you uncomfortable, something is obviously up, and they may be lying to you. This is particularly true if they are remaining extremely still and not blinking. Number 4. What they say. If you are seeing someone for the first time and all they do is rave about their beautiful significant other or laud their work colleagues, there is a good likelihood that they are a very nice person themselves. According to several studies, there is a correlation between the degree to which individuals assess the kindness, politeness, loving behavior, and good manners of others, and the degree to which those individuals themselves exhibit similar characteristics. On the other hand, the opposite may also be said to be true. It is more probable that the person who backstabs others and labels them as manipulative and unpleasant also has these characteristics than the person who does not backstab others. It's also conceivable that they have a history of mental health issues, including depression or personality disorder. Number 5. Paralinguistic communication. The term paralinguistic communication refers to any kind of nonverbal communication, such as the tone, pitch, or way someone speaks. Simply said, it's a more eloquent way of expressing the idea that you should listen carefully to how a person expresses themselves. For instance, if someone answers you in a monotone, it is quite probable that they are emotionally detached from your idea and not interested in it. Sarcasm is just another excellent illustration of this. When someone utilizes sarcasm, what they are really trying to convey is the complete opposite of what they are saying with their words. Therefore, pay close attention to the way in which they emphasize words and the way that they express it. It provides a significant hint as to what their genuine goals are in the situation. Number 6. Side glance. People that are friendly and open to meeting you will turn their bodies so that they are facing you and will look you in the eye when they do so. On the other hand, If you have just met someone and they immediately glance away to the side, this is a subconscious body language sign that means they are looking for an escape. If they do this immediately after you have introduced yourself to them, this is a sign that they are looking for an escape. Number 7, frequent nodding. When someone nods their head in agreement with what you've said, it's typically a gesture of agreement. However, excessive head nodding may be seen as a sign of concern for approbation. If someone is listening to you talk about something and they are excessively nodding their head, it indicates that they are anxious about what you think of them or that you have doubts about their capacity to carry out the directions you provide. On the other side, repeated nodding might also be unconscious gestures that are indicators for the other person to get a move on, much like when a person constantly checking at their watch or touching their vehicle keys. These kinds of behaviors are signs for the other person to get a move on. Number 8. Chin and jaw. People have a habit of rubbing their chins as they are attempting to come to a conclusion. It's possible that they are gazing up, down, or even to the side. It is a clear indication that they are engaged in serious contemplation. The jaw being clenched tightly is a telltale symptom of tension. It doesn't matter what the other person is saying, this implies a significant amount of discomfort on their part. It's possible that the topic of discussion is headed in the direction of something that makes them uneasy, or it's also possible that their attention is elsewhere and they're concentrating on the item that stresses them out. Number 9. Posture. The way a person walks about might offer you some clues about the level of self-confidence they possess. For instance, if a person walks erect with their shoulders back and their gaze fixed directly ahead of them, this might be seen as a sign that they are confident in themselves and have a positive self-image. On the other hand, if a person walks with their shoulders down and their gaze fixed on the ground below them, it projects a very different image. It is possible that it does not absolutely indicate that they have poor self-esteem, yet that is the message that it sends out. Number 10. Rubbing hands. There is a common misconception that the hands can reveal what the mind is thinking. When a person is rubbing their hands together, it is a sign that they are enjoying themselves or have a good attitude about something. This is something that people often do when they are optimistic about something wonderful happening in the future and thrilled about it at the same time. Number 11. Handshake. A person's handshake may reveal a great deal about them. If someone is flabby and soft, it is probable that they are also subservient or a pushover. Too demanding and crushing, and it's possible that they're the authoritarian sort. The amount of time is another crucial factor to consider. If it is too lengthy, it will seem strange, but if it is too short, it may suggest that there is some kind of dispute. It's conceivable that the other individual is not interested in developing a meaningful relationship with you at all. On the other hand, it may also imply that they are pressed for time. Number 12. Leaning in or away. When someone leans in toward you, it is an unmistakable sign that they are interested in what you have to say and want to hear more of what you have to say. The fact that it is also a gesture of respect is something that you may not be aware of. It is a sign that individuals want to confide in you when they move closer to you and lean in toward you when you are having a discussion with them. It instills a sense of reliability and worth in you. If, on the other hand, a person leans back in their chair, it is a sign that they are becoming weary of the talk or that they are possibly uneasy for some reason. Number 14. Crossed arms and legs. Have you ever spoken to someone who, while you were talking to them, crossed their arms or legs? If so, what kind of discussion was it? It is not a good indicator if you are on a first date with someone or if you are attempting to propose a fresh concept to someone else. Physical barriers, such as crossed arms and legs, give the impression that the other person is not interested in hearing what you have to say. The tone of their body language reveals their true feelings, regardless of whether or not they are smiling or having a great discussion. When seen from a psychological perspective, a person's crossed legs or arms indicate that they are emotionally, psychologically, and physically closed off from what is in front of them. In a similar vein, the orientation of a person's feet may tell you a lot about their intentions. Someone who is interested in you will always stand with both feet pointing in your direction. If, on the other hand, their feet begin to go toward the door, it is an indication that they have had enough and want to depart. Number 16. Overall appearance. A person's choice of footwear may reveal a great deal about their character. We all form opinions about other individuals based on their footwear, and research has shown that these opinions are generally correct. Those that are anxious will have either brand new or very recently cleaned shoes. Those that are affable will choose to put on sensible footwear. Quiet folks have a penchant for shoes that are difficult to walk in. Those that are hostile also wear boots with a low heel. Just look at the shoes you're now wearing. How well does your personality type mesh with theirs? Number 17. Copying body language. This is something that, if you've never attempted to read people before, you probably haven't picked up on at all. However, you should pay special attention to it in the future, because if someone imitates your body language, it indicates that they feel so good about you that they want to harmonize with you. Pay close attention to it. It's an indication that the other person is paying attention to what you have to say and that the discussion is progressing well. This occurs without the person being aware of it, since no one intentionally sets out with the goal of blatantly imitating another person. However, when we feel at ease with other people, we have a propensity to act in the same way that they do. A few of us are excellent at interpreting the signals that other people put out into the world, while some are in such a terrible mood that they need the other person to come out and tell them in no uncertain terms what is going through their head. Reading people is not an easy task, but it is a very valuable talent to have if you are able to do it. Because each person is unique, it is important to keep in mind that your interpretation of their words and behaviors may or may not be correct. But if you put these suggestions into practice, maybe you'll be well on your way to being more adept at reading people. We are interested in hearing your opinions. When you are getting to know someone for the first time, what characteristic of theirs do you often pick up on first? Share your thoughts with us in the section below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so that we may continue to make more like it. Click the subscribe button to watch more videos just like this one, and don't forget to click the notification bell button. Also, make sure you check out some of the other videos that we have on our channel. We appreciate you watching.